All right, hello everyone. All right, so today I want to talk about today, May 11th to May 28th, Mercury in Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so this is a really good time for Geminis. And also, its opposite sign, Sagittarius, can definitely tap into this energy along with all the other air signs as well, Aquarius and Libra, to for Libra and Aquarius to tap into this energy, you can because you are also air signs. But it'll also be a special time also for Virgo because Virgo is ruled by Gemini. Now, you never really think of Geminis and Virgos being a good match as far as relationships, but they can learn from each other and they are definitely excellent at communicating. So that will definitely work. What can we expect from this? Okay, this is going to be a good time for Geminis to really communicate how they feel. Now, for some of you, this could go really wrong. So you have to really make sure that you are coming from a good place when you're communicating. For others, it will be really excellent, especially if you are really sound, you've worked on yourself, and you know that what you're saying is something that is good. It's good for everyone, right? It's not just, oh, my cards are blowing away. It's not just for yourself. I'm going to grab one of my rocks, put it on the card. So you're not just communicating for yourself, you're communicating for the whole. And that's really powerful, okay? And you have a lot to say right now because when like last year, right? And I'm going to do the next video on, my mind just went on Venus retrograde, okay? I'm going to do the next video on Venus retrograde right after this one. But with this communication that we need to get done, and Geminis will strongly feel it, you are less afraid. You don't care what other people think. And that's a beautiful place for Geminis to be because this is very creative as an air sign. This is also Mercury, the messenger for you, right? And a lot of Geminis can focus in on the moon because the moon was the old messenger in astrology, right? And you want to tap into you on this particular day on May 11th. The moon is in Capricorn, right? And that's very grounding, right? That is very grounding. And from the information that came to me today reminding me that Capricorn is feminine. Because I used to just always think, okay, Capricorn is masculine, the masculine energy of being in the matrix, but it is feminine. So what I want you guys to remember is that this is a time for you to communicate with yourself, but especially for this day, since the moon is in Capricorn today, you want to think about not looking for outside compliments. You want that compliment to come from within. You want to feel good about yourself. You want to be approving to yourself. That approval has to come from you. Whoever wants to ride on your train, then they can hop on, right? So it's it's a weird place for Geminis to be because Geminis are very caring about what other people think, right? And they are very sociable, so they want to have a good time around people. They don't want negativity. They want to have fun. They want to have a good time. But then there's a point where a Gemini grows up and then they're like, you know what, I really don't care what you think. Or if they've lost their way, they come back to, I really don't care what you think, but I do care what you think. But I feel that this is right and this is what I need to do. So with a sound mind, we can communicate with each other and communicate how you want to communicate, right? Getting the things that you need to get off your chest if it's something that's really important to you and you feel that it is helpful, it's justified, and so on. Okay? It's 3 weeks of this, right? May 11th to May 28th, right? So it's 3 weeks of you communicating with yourself, being clear with yourself, tapping into your creative writing, anything creative that you're passionate about as a Gemini. This is your time to tap into that energy, okay? And words are very powerful, and you use air, the element of air. So, and it's so perfect. It's like windy out right now. So your message is going to be received a lot better. It's going to be stronger. It's going to be more powerful what you say. And you might think that people aren't paying attention to you, because Geminis are not worried about who sees it and who doesn't or whatever, right? It's always a shock to them if someone knows them, or if, oh, you know that? Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know. Okay, because they're just expressing themselves, being creative, living, and they're happy just doing it, right? But today, Capricorn, with the moon in Capricorn, today is teaching Geminis, and keep this energy for the whole 3 weeks, from May 11th to May 28th, of making sure that you are not looking for approval from anyone, because the kindness in Gemini is like, oh, I'm happy that you like that. But at some point, you have to not worry about someone liking something, right? If they don't like it, they don't like it. And that's the powerful message, because that's going to help when this Venus retrograde happens, okay? When this Venus retrograde happens in Gemini, all right, that's happening on the 13th. I have that attitude right now on the 11th, and I know I'm getting this video up tonight on Monday night. Have this attitude, because it's going to be very powerful to help you get through Venus retrograde. And if you're not a Gemini, this is powerful for you too. You want to think about, in tarot cards, what is your card in tarot, and look at the meaning of that, and see if there's a message in that that will help you throughout these 3 weeks from May 11th to May 28th, okay? Your power card in tarot is something in there that you can work on for all of the 12, 13 zodiac signs, right? So you can benefit from that. And also for Geminis to also watch Taurus's zodiac reading. I'm pushing this a lot this year, is to really tap into the ancient astrology, the Sumerians, the Babylonians, right? We really have to understand this, because their special tools is also used against us. If we can master that energy, that knowledge will be better for it, and use it in a positive way. So we're looking at the old calendar, and we're saying, okay, Gemini, look to Taurus, right? Look and see at the 13 zodiac signs, and really look at that and say, okay, what week am I born in? Okay, I'm going to look at Gemini, but am I in Taurus, right? Or am I in another sign? Just look. It's either it's going to be Taurus or Gemini, right? So look and see what that is, because then you're watching 2 astrology videos during the week, and you'll see what relates to you, right? And you'll always have your favorite astrologer or whatever, but we have to learn not to be rigid and stuck. We have to have this new normal, if you will, this new way of saying, oh, I'm not growing because I'm just stuck on this. If you're stuck on one thing, right, or listening to one voice, you're not going to grow, right? And another important thing, and I'll make it in the Venus video, is that I don't want to forget what I was going to say. Great, it just went. Oh gosh, it was so good. You just don't want to get stuck, okay? If I remember it in the next video, I will put it in there. You just don't want to limit yourself, right? You don't want to limit yourself, missing it, that's it. A lot of times in astrology, a special moment will come around, and someone that knows astrology might know you and say, oh, you're that sign. You're going to hit, like, there's an energy, a portal right now that if you tap into it, you will be very successful. And you might feel the calling to do something, but you're afraid, and you're like, nah, I won't do it. And then later on, that person might say, hey, I thought you were going to do this and this. I had a feeling, and they're not going to tell you that information, because even if they like you, they don't want you to be as successful as you can, right? So we have to realize this. Even people that really like us, they don't, even if they're a good person or a decent person, they don't want to see you doing better than them. And that's a negative thing to say, but it's real. We have to be real. And if what we're experiencing this year isn't teaching us to come out of this a better person, or to be real with ourselves, and to let things, deal with something and let it go so it doesn't eat you up, then you're never going to learn anything, right? Because it's over 100 years now since people have experienced what we're experiencing right now with this virus and this flu. So if you haven't learned how to love and to be a better person and to communicate to yourself your own feelings, then you're never going to learn, right? So this Gemini in Mercury is like you can receive messages, and you can send the message out for a positive change. And just don't miss the portal. It's happening all the time. Don't miss this energy. And this Capricorn energy today is an earth energy, which is so good for Geminis, for the air, is to ground you and to make you stronger. So really use this energy tonight. Okay, use this energy tonight. I'm trying to look at my calendar, but just use this energy as soon as you see this video. And that's why I'm making it short, so I can get the message out. But don't look for approval from anyone. Do not look for approval from anyone. Okay? And you are going to use your words in a powerful way, and you're going to have enough thought, right? Time to really think about it, and just don't second guess yourself. Don't overjudge yourself. And when it comes to society, and when it comes to what you have to say how you feel, and don't look for approval. Using these 3 weeks, not looking for approval, going with your intuition, your heart, and then that's the magic, and that's your power.